Hey, hey. Hey. How are you? Yeah, come here, come here. Give me a hug. Oh, it's so good to see you. Man. I know. I know, right? Life has been completely crazy lately. I can't even begin to tell you. I don't even know where to begin. I'm sorry that it took me so long to get here, but with quarantine going on, I wanted to be sure that I was perfectly good and with a clean bill of health before I stepped by to say hi. Figures, right? Taking a vacation in the middle of all of this and wanted to come back and connect with friends, be sure that everybody is safe, and then what happens? Boom. I'll bet. I'll bet. Well, I'm sorry I couldn't be there then. But I'm here now. Right? How have I been? Jeez. It feels kind of like a loaded question, you know? Well, you know, better. I don't really even know how to talk about it very well, but there came a point to where I realized all those things that I say to you about your mental health and taking care of yourself, knowing when you need a break and taking it. I realized I needed to listen to my own advice. I realized that I was starting to look at things that I enjoyed doing, and I would get stressed that I wasn't doing them. Things that I enjoy, not even responsibilities or work or anything like that. It was the battle between watching a show or reading a book or watching a movie, and my mind couldn't process that it was okay to do one but not the other because it was something that wanted to I used to relax. It was, I need to do all three of these things and find out how to do all three of these things in one day. And then after that, I didn't even feel relaxed, Not even remotely. And when I hit a point in time when I sat down and wanted to do the things that I love, I couldn't do it. It was really, really, really hard. And, as a creative-minded person, when you find that the well is dried up, the most important thing you can do is take a step back and make sure that you are taken care of. So that's what I did. I packed up a little bit and I left and I got away from everything. And I thought I was going to be gone for 2 weeks, And it's not just what is happening in the world that made me stay away longer. It was when 2 weeks came and went, I just realized it wasn't long enough. And then I realized that I was trying to put a time limit on my own mental health and how ridiculous that was and how strange that to have that expectation of myself that I can just improve over a course of time because I say so. So I just let myself relax. Every once in a while I looked at one or two things, but for the most part I just left it alone. And I'm really happy I did that. Really, yeah. I mean, I actually wanted to come back, and I didn't tell you this because I didn't want to upset you, but I thought about coming back a little bit earlier because I was feeling pretty good, and I decided that I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to come back and then realize that I came back too soon. I wanted to come back the moment where I really felt the itch so strongly and so passionately, that desire to create, the kind that just flows through your veins and you feel a little hyper from it. I wanted that to happen before I really stepped back into things. So, and just also happened to coincide with a quarantine. So I came back, and then I had another 2 weeks to sit and be away from you and everyone else, but I'm here. And I never really left. No, not really. I was always thinking about you. I think the worst part of it all was seeing the concern and not truly knowing how to convey that you appreciate the concern, but I don't know. Sometimes I think that it's easier for creative people to relate to other creative people and to understand that you want to do these things, but you have to make yourself not do them so that you can get better. You can relate to that? Okay, well, maybe I'm wrong then. Maybe I'm entirely wrong. And this is a super relatable thing for everybody, but that's at least what happened to me. And what did I do in the time away? I read a lot of books. I read a lot of books. I have a Kindle and time to burn. I read a lot of books. I read a lot of books, and I played things that I wanted to play, and God, it took a handful of weeks. It felt like it took an eternity before I was finally able to look at the things that I enjoy and not feel pressure to enjoy them. I could finally just relax and then not feel bad about it. It's like I had to take a week or two to tell my brain that I was on a vacation, and then I could actually take my vacation, even if it didn't really feel like much of a vacation. What's the term people use? A staycation. Yeah. That's more or less what it was. So what's next? Well, some big changes. Yeah, there's some stuff going on in my life. But the one thing I can promise between you and me is that we'll get back to our regularly scheduled programming very, very soon. That phrase, you never forget how to ride a bike, kind of applies here, but I don't want to push myself too hard too fast, But don't worry. I think once things start moving regularly again, everything will be back to normal sooner than you think. Well, obviously, not everything is going to be back to normal. Not everything can be back to normal. The most important thing, I think, is that we stop looking at things right now as ever going back to normal. Life is what you make it, And in a lot of cases, we've made a lot of great steps, good steps, in good directions. And we can't lose those. So maybe instead of wanting things to go back to normal, we learn how to create the new normal. One where we're empathetic, that we consider others, and maybe we love each other a little more, and support each other a little more, and fight injustices, and be smart, and wear masks. Yes. I'm happy you were wearing yours until we stepped on. Yeah, I know. But that's a whole nother story for a completely different day. We can talk about that anytime you want to. Yeah. So we're back. What do you say? Should we start going over some kind of outline for how to proceed from here? All right, then. Oh, believe me, I missed you too.